legs begin to speck the sleeves of his slicker. Here comes the wind. Chimes clang over the doorway of the murk. It will be night soon. He makes his way up the street into the saloon, still half expecting Joss Maddox, the striking barkeep, to assault him with some gloriously profane greeting. No one's there. Not the mute piano player, not a single customer. And again, no light from the kerosene lamps, no warmth from the pot-bellied stove. Just a half-filled glass on the pine bar, the beer frozen through. The path to the nearest cabin lies beneath untrodden snow, and without webs, it takes 5 minutes to cover 100 yards. He pounds his gloved fist against the door. No one answers. The latch string hasn't been pulled in, and despite the circumstance, he still feels like a trespasser as he steps inside, uninvited. In the dark, his eyes strain to adjust. Around the base of a potted spruce tree, crumpled pages of newspaper clutter the dirt floor, remnants of Christmas. Food languishes untouched on a rustic table, far too lavish to be any ordinary meal for the occupants of this cramped one-room cabin. This was Christmas dinner. He removes a glove, touches the ham, cold and hard as ore. A pot sits there, the beans frozen in their broth. The cake feels more like pumice than sponge, and 2 jagged glass stems still stand upright, the wine having frozen and shattered the crystal cups. Outside again, back with his pack train, he shouts, turning slowly in the middle of the street so the words carry in all directions. "Anyone here?" His voice, and the fading echo of it, sounds so small rising against the vast, indifferent sweep of wilderness. The sky dims. Snow falls harder. The church at the north end of town disappears in the storm. It's 27 miles back to Silverton, and the pack train has been on the trail since before first light. The burros need rest. Having driven mules the last 16 hours, he needs it too, though the prospect of spending the night in abandon, in this awful silence, unnerves him. As he slips a boot into the stirrup, ready to take the burros down to the stables, he notices something beyond the cribs at the south end of town. He urges George forward, trots through deep powder between the false-fronted buildings, and when he sees what caught his eye, he whispers, "You old fool." Just a snowman scowling at him, spindly arms made of spruce branches, pine cones for teeth and eyes, garland for a crown. He tugs the reins, turning George back toward town, and the jolt of seeing her provokes, "Lord God Almighty!" He drops his head, tries to allay the thumping of his heart in the thin air. When he looks up again, the young girl is still there, perhaps 6 or 7, apparition pale and just 10 feet away, with locomotive black curls and coal eyes to match, so dark, and with such scant delineation between iris and pupil, they more resemble wet stones. "You put a fright in me," he says. "What are you doing out here all alone?" She backpedals. "Don't be scared. I ain't the boogeyman." Brady alights, wades toward her through the snow. With the young girl in webs sunk only a foot in powder, and the mule skinner to his waist, he thinks it odd to stand eye to eye with a child. "You all right?" he asks. "I didn't think there was nobody here." The snowflakes stand out like white confetti in the child's hair. "They're all gone," she says. No emotion, no tears, just an unaffected statement of fact. "Even your ma and pa?" She nods. "Where'd they all go to? Can you show me?" She takes another step back, reaches into her gray woolen cloak.